succeeded, right? It's showing there.
అంటే తనకు ముందు తెలుసా తెలియదు ఆ రోజు అబ్బాయి మన ఇంటికి వచ్చింది మన ఇంటికి వచ్చారా ఎప్పుడండి
So we'll just start the session in few minutes. We'll just wait for this workbook to be loaded and then we can begin. So we can proceed with other concepts. Later on, we can come back and discuss those workbook related items. So what is the agenda for today's? Today, we are going to discuss your dashboards. How do you create your dashboards? So basically, we'll try to look at what options we have in creating your dashboards. You have seen different kind of visualizations. So far, we have discussed different types of charts. We have seen some concepts. So at the end of the day, what is the takeaway from our analysis is we have to present our dashboard to our client or vendor. So dashboard is nothing but it is basically a collection of worksheets. So I have my different worksheets, my different visualizations. Okay. So dashboards, it is a combination of worksheets. So I have different dashboards A, B, and C, or you have to call them worksheets. And A plus B plus C is equal to dashboard. So you're going to combine 3-4 worksheets what you have created, and you are going to finally create one dashboard. So if you click on this plus color button here, this plus icon here, it is going to create one new worksheet. So if you hover your mouse here, this plus color is indicating for your dashboard. So the first plus is for your worksheet, the second plus is for your dashboard. So you can either click on this button and it is going to create one new dashboard for you, dashboard 15, dashboard 14. So they are empty. Otherwise, what is another option that we have for creating your dashboards? Another option is go to your dashboard here and then you can click on new dashboard. So any which way is fine. Either you can click on this option new dashboard, or you can simply go here and you can click on new dashboard. So this is your dashboard area where you can drag and drop your sheets. So before creating your dashboards, you have to know what your worksheets are that you are going to include in your dashboards. So these are some worksheets what we have created. So let us wait for a few seconds and it is going to show us our worksheet. So this is one worksheet. And the name of this worksheet is average shipping cost by country. Then you go to shipping cost. This is another worksheet what you can include in your dashboard. This is called as shipping cost for all shipment. And then you also have product orders. This is another worksheet, your stacked bar chart. And then you have something called as a running total shipping cost. Okay, your area chart. Now, based on this logic, we are going to build our dashboards. So first thing, I'm going to the very end of it. Okay, I can click on this option, dashboard 15, and I'm going to use this space. Now you have some options here like device preview, size, and then you have worksheets, all the worksheets what you have created, average shipping cost, your shipping cost for all shipment, product orders worksheet, and then running total shipping cost. So you have these 4 worksheets in place. And then you have something called as objects. And under objects, you have some options like horizontal containers, vertical containers, text, images, web pages, blanks, okay, navigation, all these things. So we are going to see them one by one, how it is going to work. So meanwhile, you also have tiled and floating. So what we have to remember is whenever you drop your worksheet, you observe what is going to happen. I can simply drag and drop this worksheet on my canvas. So this is the space what it is going to allocate on my worksheet. So when you see tiled option here, it is going to allocate some fixed space on your canvas. That is the meaning for tiled. Now if I want to add another worksheet, I am simply going to drag and drop here. You see this gray area? So Tableau is going to provide you some space. So it is telling you, you can place it like this. You can put it here. So simply drag and drop it. And you see, you have created space for your shipping cost for all shipment worksheet. Now, apart from this, I can drop another worksheet like running total shipping cost. Again, it is tiled, so it is giving us some space where I can drop my running total shipping cost file. So I have 3 worksheets now. So I can call this a simple dashboard. Now I have to understand that whenever I drag and drop my worksheet, I'm going to get this blue color icon. So it is telling me that I have included my average shipping cost worksheet in my dashboard. Then I have included my shipping cost for all shipment worksheet in my dashboard. Then it is also telling me I have included a running total shipping cost. In my worksheet. I can know this by this blue color tick mark. So that is the first thing I have to notice. What all worksheets have been included in my dashboard. After that, what more things can I notice? So let us see one by one. What are the different components that we have in your dashboard? So when I go to something like size here, okay, there is a drop down option for me. I'm going to explore what is this going to do. So I have size. So under size, I have something called as fixed size. So under fixed size, I can select based on my end device. If my end device is desktop browser, I can select desktop browser. If my end device is laptop browser, I can simply click on this laptop browser. You see, it is automatically going to give you the option for your laptop browser. So if I know what is the device used by my end user, okay, or the client, I can make use of these options, size options. So first it was generic desktop browser. Now I have changed it to laptop. So it fits perfectly to my screen because I'm working on a laptop now. So I can select other options also. Just like how I have my laptop browser, I can select some web page. If I'm viewing this visualization in a web page, I can select my web page option. Then if I'm viewing in some blog, okay, this is my blog. So I'm making use of simple fixed size option here, and I can adjust the visualization for my dashboard. So if I know the end device, I will be able to experiment with these fixed sizes. So now let us try to experiment with some more options which we have here. What are those options? If I click on this size drop down, instead of fixed size, I can select automatic. What is automatic going to do for us? Automatically, it will adjust. The dashboard will resize to fit any screen it is displayed on. So it will automatically resize itself, and it is going to fit any screen that it is being displayed on. So that is the advantage what you have for automatic. So where were we? We were here. We were trying to use here automatic. So when you don't know your end device, what the client is using, then you can select automatic. So it is going to resize on whatever screen he is using, and he can accordingly see the visualization. So now I can see 3 of my dashboards in one shot. I don't have to scroll anything up or down. Everything is clearly visible to me without any scroll bars. So my objective of changing these size options is to eliminate the concept of scroll bar. So I want to view it in one shot. I want to view it in one screen without any scroll bars. So that is why I can make use of these sizing options like automatic, like fixed size, and I can adjust my dashboard visualization. Then what is another option? Range. So range option, it is rarely used. However, it can clearly adjust your minimum size, your maximum size. That means you can set your values for your width and height, and it is automatically going to adjust your dashboard visualization. Similarly, maximum size, you have to specify range of values. What do you mean by range always? Range is nothing but minimum and maximum values. So you should specify what is the minimum range that you want here, what is the maximum range that you want in terms of height and width. So it is going to accordingly create those minimum and maximum values for us, and it is going to adjust. So but the preferred options are fixed size. If you know the end device, what your client is using, then you can use your automatic. If you don't know what is the end device that is being used by your client. Similarly, I'm going to set it as automatic. Now I'm going to show you some more options. What are those options? Let us try to see. So on top, you see something like device preview. Okay. So I'm going to show you what is device preview and how you can explore the different options that you have in device preview. So let us click on this button that you see here, device preview. So simply click on this option and it is going to give you one option called as device type. What is this telling me? Device type. So you have to select what device you are using, whether you are using laptop, whether you are using desktop, whether you are using mobile. So let us see what options you have. So go here and select device type. So I have three options here: desktop, tablet, and phone. These are the three options that are available to me. So what is that I can do here is I can simply select desktop. Okay, you see things are changing here. So now the layout that I have here is generic desktop monitor. That is the layout what I'm seeing for my dashboard. I can go here and I can change my options. I have iPad Pro 12.9 inch. If that is the end desktop that is being used by my client, I can simply click on this option and the visualization is going to get adjusted to the dimensions of iPad Pro 12.9 inch. So I have these built-in options that I can make use of. So I can click on this option and I can select medium desktop monitor. Then there is a small difference, medium desktop monitor, that you can observe. So we have tried out three different options. One is your generic desktop, one is your iPad Pro 12.9 inch, and then we have tried out your medium desktop monitor. Similarly, I can try out large desktop monitor. So if you are using the large desktops, what are commonly used these days? So this visualization is based on the configuration of your large desktop monitor. So you can go back to your generic desktop. To see the changes between a large desktop and a regular desktop. Now we are going to move forward. Instead of using my device type as desktop, I'm going to use my tablet. So click on tablet. Immediately you see some change happening. So this is your visualization that has been set according to your generic tablet configuration, a regular tablet. Now I can click on that option here of generic tablet and I have multiple options here that I can choose from. iPad mini, iPad Air, iPad 3.4, iPad 10.2, iPad Pro 9.7, Nexus 9.10, Samsung Galaxy Tab 10 and Fire HD 10. These are all the tablet configurations which are available to me. So let us try one, iPad mini. So this is your iPad mini configuration view, how it is going to look like. Then I can select iPad 3.4. Okay, there is no change. Then select iPad Pro 9.7. Again, there is very slight change. We are not able to observe that change. Again, select Samsung Galaxy Tab. Now the change is significant. So you are able to view that change. So that is how, if you know the user's device, what is the type of device he's using, then it is easier for us to set our dashboard dimensions according to that device. So we can select this option. We can select Nexus 9.10. So every tablet your visualization is going to change. Configurations of your visualization are going to change. So you have experimented with your desktop, your tablet. Now let us try to see what options you have in phone. So you go to phone here, click on phone, and then I'm going to show you what options we have on phone. So here, when I click on this drop down option, I have iPhone X.XS 11.11 Pro, iPhone XR.XS Max .11 Pro Max, Samsung Galaxy Note series, Samsung Galaxy S series, Google Pixel, Nexus series, all those options we have. So now let us try out a few options. iPhone 7 Plus. Okay, it is changing for iPhone 7. Samsung Galaxy Note. Okay. So that is how you can simply add different layouts. You can add a device type layout dedicated to your desktop. You can add a layout dedicated to your tablet. You can add a layout dedicated to your phone. All these options are available to us. And now we can switch back to our default layout. So there is a default option that you see here, and you can go back to your default option. So this was your default option. So you have seen your device preview, you have seen your size, you know your sheets, you can identify them with your blue color tick mark when you drag and drop on your dashboard. And you have seen how to create a dashboard. Go here, click on your dashboard, and you can create. And now let us see some objects. How do you create those objects? So I'm going to start off with one image. So let us see how we can drag and drop an image and put it somewhere on the dashboard. So click on your image here. Before that, I'm going to set my option as floating instead of tiled. So what is this option? You are going to understand in few seconds. What happens when you change it from tile to floating? What is the advantage for dropping your image on your dashboard? So when you select floating and then click on image, okay, so it is going to give us some window. So we'll just wait for a few seconds so that it is going to show us that window. So here I can select choose, and I'm going to select one image from my desktop. Okay, here I'm going to select this image and I will say okay. So what is this image? This image is of India. And now what is floating going to do for me? I can simply float it anywhere. That is the advantage of floating when compared to tiled. Another advantage is I can reduce the size of my image. This is the size of the image what I can have. So I can move it from here. I can put it somewhere here. So what is this telling me? This is telling me that images can be inserted in your dashboard. And also you have to set it up as floating objects, not tiled objects, so that you can insert it anywhere on your dashboard. So this can be instead of India map. Okay, you can have company's logo. So I can insert my company's logo here and I can represent the company and I can go to my client. So that is the advantage of creating an image object and then dropping your image object onto your screen. So next, we will try to look at inserting some web pages. Okay, you see some web page here. So again, I'm going to select it as a floating object. And then we'll try to see how you can create your web pages. So insert the URL dot wikipedia.org and you have your web page. Okay. So you can insert your web pages like Wikipedia, Google, or whatever you want, your company's website, all those things you can do in the same visualization, in the same dashboard. So effectively, we are going to work with dashboards when we deal with, we are going to work with your web pages when we are going to deal with dashboard actions. I'm going to show you in a couple of minutes what is dashboard action, how you can create one URL action. There we are going to make use of your web pages. For now, if you can understand that, you can possibly insert your web pages on your dashboard. It is more than sufficient for us. So that is how we can insert your web page object. Now, using the same concept of objects, we are going to create one container. So I can create my horizontal container, I can create my vertical container, anything is fine. So I'm going to create one horizontal container. For that, I'm going to first remove these two visualizations, and later on I'm going to add them. So I'm going to select it as a tiled object, and then I'm going to drop my horizontal container like this. And then what is that I'm going to do is I'm going to drop my shipping cost into my container, and then I'm going to drop my running total shipping cost next to my shipping cost for all shipment. Now observe what is going to happen. Because they are in one container, I can move these two charts together. Okay, I can adjust the size. Just because they are in containers, this is possible for us. Together, if I want to move two worksheets in my dashboard, I simply have to put them in one container, and I can adjust their sizes. That is the purpose of using our containers. So all we have to do is create one horizontal container here, empty one, and then you can drag and drop your worksheets, whatever worksheets you want to be including in your horizontal container. You can simply drag and drop them, and then you can adjust them at one go because they are linked together with the help of this container. That is how you can understand the concept of your containers. So when I click here, I can adjust the two of my worksheets simply by adjusting the height. Then we'll try to create something like a blank object. What is the purpose of creating a blank object? We will try to understand in a couple of minutes. What is the purpose of trying to create a blank object? So if you want to separate out the top half of your dashboard from your bottom half. Okay, this is my bottom half. This is my top half. So the only way to separate out these two halves is by creating a blank object. So how do we create a blank object? Set it up as floating blank object, and then I'm going to set it up as floating and drop your blank object somewhere here. Okay, reduce the height, and then slightly going to extend the width of my blank object, and then I can go to layout. You see something like layout here, so click on layout, and then you can select the position that you want. You can select the width, the height. You can adjust the height from here. Okay, it changes. You can adjust the width, and then I can give it some border. Right now I'm saying border. Okay, you can have slightly more thicker line. You see this border, and then I can give it some background color if I want. I can say fill it with some lighter shade. Okay, I don't want this color. I'll go for none. Okay, I want to color this box, so I can give different options here. So this is the color what I can have. Slightly reduce the height. So that is how I can make use of my layout option, and I can create a line, a blank object, which will indicate what is my top half and what is my bottom half. So all those things are possible for us. Then what more can I do? What is the objective of creating your dashboards? The objective of creating your dashboards is you have to make them interactive. Interactive is nothing but if I change something here on this visualization, the other two visualizations have to be impacted. So let us see how is that possible, how we can make your dashboards interactive. So now I'm going to go to this visualization and I'm going to see, you have these options, right? The first option is going to remove it from your dashboard that you have seen when we were doing your concept of containers. Second option is going to take you back to your worksheet. Okay, so if I click on this option, it is going to take me back to your worksheet. So I can go back and I can use this option if I want to go to my dashboard and see. If I want to go back to my worksheet, I can use this option, go to sheet. And then there is option something called as filter. What is this filter going to do? So I'm going to apply my filter now. Okay, so the filter is on. You can see it is being displayed with a filled white color filter. So now let us try to click on something. Okay, I'm going to click on Russia. So when I click on Russia, observe what is going to happen. The other two sheets are changing. So these are your shipping cost dedicated to country called Russia. These are your running total shipping costs for country Russia. Now I'm going to click on India. Again, it is changing. shipping cost for all shipment. These are the values corresponding to your India country. These are the values corresponding to your India country. So now I can simply click on another country, maybe Sudan. This is information related to Sudan. Shipping cost for Sudan, running total shipping cost for Sudan. So what is it effectively? It is acting as our filter. Because of which what is happening? If I want to look at my country wise information, I can simply look at those country related data. So our objective at the end of the day is to create these kind of interactive visualizations. So that is the purpose, and that is how we are going to make it more attractive for our client. So if you want to remove this, I can simply click on this option, don't use as filter, and everything is going to go back to normal. So for the entire world, this is the data for your shipping costs. This is the data. That is how we have initiated the interactiveness in your dashboard. Now, apart from this, what more can we do? That is the question. So additional items are, so you see this option here. I have this drop down option. I'm going to click on this option. Okay, you see I have this option. I can click on this option, more options, and I can select apply to worksheets. Okay, so right now, what is this filter being applied to? All your worksheets. Apply to all using this data source. So this becomes a global filter for me. So I can also make this filter a local filter. I can say that by simply selecting few selected worksheets. So when I click on this option, it is going to give me on what do you want to apply your filter. Okay, so I'm going to select only my shipping cost and click on OK. So now select one region from here, Africa. Okay, this thing has changed. If you observe, there was a slight change in this chart. Select Asia Pacific. Again, it has changed. So now what is that effectively I'm doing? I have made my filter into a local filter where it is getting applied only on one worksheet, Europe. So this is Europe, and this is the corresponding shipping cost for Europe. Again, I can select Latin America. This is for my Latin America. Again, I can select US and Canada, US and Canada. So that is how, what is that we have done? We have converted a global filter into a local filter. So you can go to apply to worksheets and you can select selected worksheets, or I can select all worksheets. So both my sheets are going to change. So that is the logic. So I can go and select all options and it is going to take me back to my original state. So that is how you can make it interactive by making use of these filter options that you have, and that is the purpose of creating our dashboards. So the more interactiveness that you can bring into the visualization, the better it is always. So that is how you can include some of these functions in your dashboard creation. On those lines, I'm going to show you another concept. So there is this title that I have here, shipping cost for shipment mode and shipment. Can I make my title dynamic? Is there any which way I can make my title dynamic? So now we are going to see that. So observe what we are going to do here. When I change these filters, okay, I'm going to remove first class. You observe what is going to happen to this title. Shipping cost for same day, second class, standard class shipment. Same day, second class, standard class shipment. Again, you uncheck this option. Same day, shipping cost for second class and standard class shipment. Second class and standard class shipment. Again, you uncheck this option. Only shipping cost for standard class shipment. What is happening here? Title is changing. So you can also make the title of your worksheets dynamic. That scope is also there for us. Now it is simply going to say shipping cost for all shipment. So there is also scope for you to make your titles dynamic. Then we are going to discuss something called as dashboard actions. Can I make it more active? My dashboards, can I make it more interactive in one sense? What are the dashboard actions available to us? The three most widely used actions are your filter action, highlight action, and your URL action. So let us see one by one. What are these actions? So first, how do you create your actions? So we are going to go to dashboard and I can say actions. I can select this option actions here and I can select something called as add action and I can select filter. So this window is going to open up for me. So this is the place where you can provide some name to your action. So I can set up my own name or I can give any other name, country filter or something like that. And then I have something called as source sheet and target sheet. So I can select what should be my source sheet. So I'm selecting my source sheet to be average shipping cost by country. So uncheck the other two sheets. And then I can select what is my target sheet. My target sheet is nothing but both my remaining two worksheets that I have in my dashboard. Running total shipping costs and shipping costs. And then I can simply select one triggering option. Triggering option is going to help us triggering option is going to help us in initiating our filter action. How do you want to initiate it? That is the purpose. So I have these three options: hover, select, and menu. Okay. So what is that I'm going to select is, whenever you are going for a filter action, select menu. That is the prescribed approach for using your filter action. So we are going to see how it is going to work. So you can select your menu option here, that is already selected, and then click on OK. So this is your filter action, which is going to be triggered by something called as menu option. Click on OK. So now one action is set up. What is that action that has been set up? Filter action. Now I'm going to click on Australia. Okay, click on Australia and you see something called as filter 1. So when I click on this filter 1 option, what is going to happen? The other two sheets are going to change. So click on this filter 1 option. Okay, the other two sheets have changed. So what is happening? We are triggering the filter action on something called as menu. And by clicking that menu option, you are able to see the changes in other two actions. United States. Click on this and you will see something called as filter. Click on the filter 1 option. You can see the changes in your visualizations for other two actions. Similarly, click on Brazil. Again, click on filter 1. Again, you see some change that is happening to your other two worksheets. So I have to set up my source sheet. I have to set up what is my target sheets, and I have to set up what action I want, whether it is a filter action that I'm interested in. Then I have to also set up what is the triggering option that I want. How do you want me to initiate this action? Whether do you want to initiate with menu option, whether you want to initiate it with a click option, or whether you want to initiate it with a hover option. So all these three options are available to us. But so far, we have seen your menu option. So what is the prescribed approach that we can have for your filter option here? Filter option can be triggered using menu function. That is the prescribed approach. So far we have seen few functions that can make us interactive. So we have made use of your global filters. We have made use of your local filters. And we have created some interactive dashboards. So that is the sole purpose. So next, menu option is only going to give us, when you click on this, it is only going to tell us this filter 1. This is a filter option we have created on the basis of something called as menu. Menu is nothing but just a drop down that you have in your basic tools like Excel and all. So it is just similar to that. If you click on this option, your filter action is going to be triggered. Nothing more than that. So similarly, we are going to see your highlight action and URL action. So for now, we are going to pause in our discussion. Attendance sheet will be circulated to you. So please fill in the attendance sheet, and we are going to come back at 8:15 p.m. and we are going to continue our discussion on dashboard actions. So let us start our discussion and we'll continue. So we were discussing topics like your filter action. Now we are going to proceed and we'll try to understand what is the concept of your highlight action. So for that, I'm going to go here, dashboard, actions. I can remove this. I can select this option and I can click on remove. And then I'm going to add action here, highlight action. Now, just like how I had for my filter action, I can simply give it some name, highlight it or whatever you want, highlight action. And then I have to select my source sheet and I have to select my target sheet. So for my source sheet, I'm going to select average shipping cost by country. And for my target sheet, I'm going to select running total shipping costs. So uncheck the other two. And you can simply select hover option. What is the triggering option that we are selecting here? To initiate our highlight action, hover. So select your hover option here. And then I can click on OK. And then I can click on OK. So observe what is going to happen here. So when I hover my mouse, okay, there is something happening to this sheet. So what we are going to do is, for a better example in this case, let me go to my actions. I'm going to select edit. And here I'm going to select source sheet to be shipping cost. Select hover, running total shipping cost as your target sheet. Click on OK. Now observe what is going to happen. So when I hover my mouse here, it is only going to highlight that particular region. And it is going to dim out all the other respective regions. So when I move this mouse like this in this manner, so it is going to highlight only that particular region for what I'm trying to highlight the value. So this is your hover action. So just by hovering my mouse, I'm able to visualize my data. Okay. So what is that you have selected? You have selected your source sheet to be shipping cost for all shipment. And this is your target sheet. And you're able to simply use your hover action. Okay. And you're able to simply highlight the corresponding values. So that is the purpose. So highlight action is essentially used with hover, triggering action. Filter action is used by your menu option, and you can use your highlight action with the help of your triggering action. So now we have seen two actions. We have seen your hover, your highlight action, and we have also seen your filter action. Now let us proceed forward and understand your URL action. And then we'll try to highlight the concept of web pages, what we have discussed in the earlier half of today's session. So let us use a different dashboard to help us explain the concept of your URL action. I'm going to drop my New Zealand cities This is one visualization that I have. And then I'm going to drop my New Zealand sales next to it. And now what is that I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my dashboard and I'm going to select actions. So I'm going to select something called as add action and URL action. So when I select add URL action, one window is going to open up for me in this manner. And I have to give some name to my URL action. And I have to select what is my source sheet. Okay, I'm selecting my source sheet to be New Zealand cities. That is my source sheet. Select your run action on to be your select. This is your triggering action. Select. So I'm going to trigger it with the help of select button. And then I have to create one URL here. So for creating our URL, okay, we are going to go to the web, okay, and then I'm going to use my Wikipedia India. And I'm going to select this hyperlink. And I'm going to come back here. So paste that hyperlink, what you have collected from here. And then I'm going to select city here. What is it I'm going to select? City. So whenever I click on some city on the map, there should be some URL action to be happening there. That is the concept, what I'm trying to do. So whenever I select city, there is some action which is going to happen for me. So click on OK. Everything is set up for you. You have given some name. You have selected some source sheet, New Zealand cities, and then run action is on select, and you have your URL action to be triggered whenever I click on some city name on the map. That is the purpose. Click on OK and then click on OK. Now your URL action is set. So what is it you are going to do after this? You are going to change it to floating object and you're going to drop your web page. I'm going to drop my web page here. Wikipedia.org. Click on OK. Okay, I have this fine. Now observe what is going to happen. So we're going to click on this place called Christchurch. And what is happening here? The corresponding information for Christchurch is being displayed here. This is all the information coming from Wikipedia page related to city Christchurch. Then I can read through whatever information is there. So this is happening because of your URL action, what you have used. and you're triggering on the basis of city. That is the logic of what you have applied. So now let me click on some other place. Okay, Dunedin, Otago. This is the name of city. So I get the corresponding page for Dunedin. Similarly, when I click on Auckland, it is going to show me information about Auckland. So initially you are trying about your web pages. So now you can understand the importance of creating your web pages. Okay, we have initiated a URL action based on which the information is getting updated in your web pages. So that is how you can apply these different type of actions, and you can make your dashboards interactive. That is the whole concept. You have seen your filter action, you have seen your highlight action, and you have seen your URL action. And then if we go back, we have something called as this last option is there. That is called as new story. So new story is nothing but it is just like adding your slides in your PowerPoint presentation. So if you want to create a story about all the visualizations, what you have done so far, so I can simply drag and drop my worksheet here, and I can write some caption. Okay, this is the world map talking about average shipping costs. Okay, across all countries. So I can write this information in this manner, and I can increase the size of my box, and I can create as many stories as I want. Okay. So instead of including this visualization, I can also include my dashboards. I can click on this option here, story, and I can drag one complete dashboard, whatever I've created so far, and I can write something which is related to this dashboard. So this dashboard is talking about your average shipping costs of countries, your shipping cost for all shipment, running total shipping cost. So I can write this as a caption here, and I can insert them in the form of slides for my presentation. So that is how you can make use of this story option. If you want to tie it all together, all your worksheets, all your dashboards, and you can send it across to your client or your vendor. So that is how you can work around your dashboards, your actions, your filters, global filters, local filters, your objects, and you can make your dashboards interactive. So that's all for today, and thanks a lot for joining these sessions, and I hope to see you all again. And please make sure that you revise all the concepts whatever we have discussed so far, so that you can slowly start learning Tableau in the course of time. So thanks everyone, and till then take care, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.